Hello guys, how are you doing today? I hope all of you are fine. Guys, we are going to start a slow number 1.4.2, right? That's the importance of Lahore Resolution in terms of its demands and its impacts. Let's see the importance of Lahore Resolution in terms of its demands. This resolution rejected the federal system. The federal system in India was introduced according to the Government of India Act 1935, and in Lahore Resolution, All India Muslim League rejected the federal system. And they demanded that no new revised constitutional plan would be acceptable to the Muslims unless it was framed with their approval and consent. That is, they All India Muslim League demanded that they will not accept any other constitutional plan to India unless that plan is approved and consented by All India Muslim League. If All India Muslim League will not accept any constitutional plan, that constitutional plan must not be implemented in India. Only such constitutional plan will be acceptable which is approved and consented by All India Muslim League. And they demanded for territorial adjustments in favor of Muslims. If you remember in Lahore Resolution, it was demanded that no constitutional plan must be formed on the basis of principle that geographical contiguous units are demarcated in the regions which should be constituted with such territorial adjustment as may be necessary, that the areas in which Muslims are in numerical majority, as in northwest and eastern zones, should be grouped together to constitute independent states, which constitute units with constituent units and these constituent units shall be autonomous and sovereign. And this point demanded territorial adjustments in India in favor of Muslims. When they demanded that the areas where Muslims were in numerical majority, like in north western zone and in eastern zone, those areas should be grouped together and they should be granted separate states. And this territorial adjustment was in favor of Muslims. And this Lahore resolution demanded for the protection of minorities. If you remember, guys, in this resolution it was stated that the religious minorities were promised adequate, effective, and mandatory safeguards. Right? So, in this way, this Lahore resolution demanded for the protection of minorities. These were the few very important points or important importances of Lahore resolution in terms of its demands. When it was demanded that the resolution rejected the federal system, and they demanded that no constitutional plan will be acceptable unless it is approved or and consented by All India Muslim League, and they demanded for territorial adjustment in favor of Muslims, and they demanded for the protection of minorities. Now let's see the of Lahore Resolution in terms of its impacts. That is, how Lahore Resolution is important by its impacts, or you can say that how the impacts of Lahore Resolution are important. First is that the Lahore Resolution is the turning point in Indian political history, because before that resolution, All India Muslim League was demanding for the protection of Muslim rights. But after that, All India Muslim League start demanding for a separate state. Before 1940, All India Muslim League was not demanding for the division of India. They were demanding for the safeguards for Muslims of India, for the protection of their political rights, their cultural, social, religious, and economic rights. But after 1940, All India Muslim League started to demand for a separate homeland for Muslims. So this was a turning point in Indian political history. And then this resolution provide a decisive step towards finding cultural, economic, social, and political future of Muslim populace in British India. because after this resolution, and in this resolution, it was demanded for a separate homeland. The demand for separate homeland was present before 1940 as well, but it was not properly demanded on the political platform of All India Muslim League. For example, in 1933, you know that Chaudhry Rahmat Ali had coined the name Pakistan, and he had demanded for separate states for Muslims. Similarly, Allama Muhammad Iqbal had also demanded in in Allahabad address for separate states for Muslims. But these demands were not in shape of a resolution. In 1940, All India Muslim League demanded for separate states in a resolution that was a proper resolution by the All India Muslim League. And this resolution provide a decisive step towards finding the cultural, economic, social, and political future of Muslim populace in British India. Next was that it gave a new direction to the Muslim search for security of its identity. As we told you already that before 1940, All India Muslim League was demanding for the protection of Muslim rights within India. But after 1940, they started to demand for a separate homeland that's outside the Indian unity. And now this resolution provides a new direction. Before 1940, it was demanded for the protection of Muslim rights within the Indian Union. But after 1940, they start demanded for a separate state outside Indian Union. So this resolution provides a new direction, that is from within the Indian Union to the outside Indian Union. So these are the three very important importances of Lahore Resolution in terms of its impacts. Now your home task, this is a very simple question since this is our first assignment, so that's why I have tried my best to make the question so simple to you. That's the how federal system was against the interests of Muslims in British India. That is, if you remember that we said that the Lahore Resolution demanded for the cancellation of federal system in India. Now, how federal system was against Muslims, right? This is your question, and you have to submit this question by tomorrow. Thank you for joining. Take care. Goodbye.